If you want to learn how to manage conflict, to prevent it, to resolve it, there's some basic elements of human nature that we have to keep in mind or try to understand. We don't have to be psychologists, but there's some basics that we need to understand about human nature, because there are tendencies that we have just by virtue of being human. And once we understand them, we are able to handle ourselves better and to handle the others better. And especially in today, when you're talking about conflict management, yeah, and resolving it, going for reconciliation, and resolving those conflicts that are plaguing us, yeah. And two aspects that I'm going to talk about today that are very highlighted by Dr. Dana of MTI are two, yeah. One, which what we call conciliatory gestures, and another aspect that we call inhibitory reflex. Yeah, trying to understand that depending on how we react in a given situation, especially in a conflict situation, we will almost necessarily, get a corresponding reaction from the other person. What does it mean? When we talk about conciliatory gestures, we're talking about those voluntary statements of vulnerability. For example, when we apologize, when we concede, when we disclose our feelings, we are like exposing ourselves. That's what we talk about them being voluntary statements of vulnerability. Yeah, and those necessarily elicit a very specific reaction in any other normal person, receiving them. Yeah? What we call an inhibitory reflex, meaning that it forces them to tone down their aggression, yeah, in this hostile or conflict situation. Think, for example, somebody who is just shouting and screaming at you. Then you're very calmly just telling them, "I'm really sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry you feel so strongly about this." The other person will necessarily stop shouting unless something is quite wrong with their mental status, and vice versa. Yeah, when we receive those conciliatory gestures from other people, we naturally, without even thinking about it, it's a reflex. We tone down our aggression, and that forms what we call a conciliatory cycle, because one person gives conciliatory gesture, then the other person reacts with a inhibitory. So, in any given conflict situation, whether you are the one involved or trying to help others in resolving a conflict, just keep those basic human reactions in mind, because they will help us resolve our conflicts better. So be the first one to offer those conciliatory gestures, so that you elicit the toning down of aggression from the other person, and it will help you get to a solution. And as we know, in mediation, eventually we come to a solution that is mutual, that is tailor-made, that is agreed upon by both parties. But then this will help us if we understand some of these basics of human nature. Yeah, keep up with us, share the content on this channel, subscribe so that you keep up with us on matters conflict management and on matters mediation. I'll be seeing you in my next one. Bye.